With Jesse Simonton, Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com. Jeremy Pruitt on this Friday evening meeting the media. A lot of talk about Aubrey Solomon. Rumors all afternoon. There might be news today. There is no news, but the news tonight is that Jeremy Pruitt spoke a little more in depth about it than he has all camp.
Took about 8 months, but Pruitt finally kind of expressed some frustrations a little bit. Did so, as I kind of tweeted out, pragmatically. He didn't really raise his voice or object to what Michigan may or may not have done. But he did note that, when Tennessee's had some guys leave the program under his watch, he has written letters for them, advocating for them to be eligible. He has, throughout the process, maintained the fact that he, is a big advocate for the transfer portal. He said, perhaps breaking some news, that Marco Osborne might be eligible at Charlotte. That at least hasn't been officially announced yet. But he did kind of lament that, hey, we're getting closer and we'd like a decision. He didn't come out and flat out say we'd like a decision, but he certainly intimated it.
He certainly referenced twice that he had written letters on behalf of the player transferring in support of their transfers. When asked specifically whether or not Michigan had done that, he sidestepped that one and said he didn't know what they had done. Jim Harbaugh has come out and said he's all in favor of a one-time transfer rule, but yet he certainly appears, according to some other family members, had protested some of the transfers from his program.
Yeah, I think he's come out and straight up intimated that Harbaugh has that perhaps some of these guys are kind of fibbing, what reasons to leave Ann Arbor. I think of the 5 or 6 guys thus far that have transferred, only one have been given the green light, the linebacker to Rutgers. So a lot of these guys are getting the denials. Other big news tonight, I asked him about Daniel Batuli. Haven't seen him at practice. He had a knee procedure. Going to be out 10 days to 17 days. Sounds like that's back counted from a couple days ago. Pruitt didn't outright rule out that he would miss the Georgia State game, but when a follow-up question, does that put him in a position to miss BYU, he snapped right back and was kind of like, no.
Yeah, so what he does for Georgia State, we'll see, but certainly the idea was to have him ready for BYU, which is why they did the procedure now, or a couple of days ago, as opposed to waiting. Just a pain management deal is what Pruitt indicated. And finally, it looks like Jeremy Banks is a linebacker for now. Maybe that's some depth concerns there with the Batuli situation and the fact that he wasn't moving up the depth chart at running back.
Yeah, weird yo-yo, though. Pruitt talked about him being one of the best players on the team. But then, even with Tennessee's depth concerns at linebacker, how much is he going to play compared to a To'o or a Will Ignat or even a Shannon Reed who looked good in the spring? So that's going to be a storyline I think that's going to kind of play itself out in the next month or so.
Will be interesting to watch. We've got full coverage at VolQuest.com, full football coverage coming up this weekend as well. For Jesse Simonton, I'm Brent Hubbs.